Honored guests, lend me your ears. Long has our Fevrimon suffered, without a true monarch to guide her and her people. Decades have passed since last His Majesty Erland sat atop the Draken throne. Long have we endured, yet it has not been for naught. At last, the bell has tolled on the age of the Council. At last, we may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the Sovereign.
My word! Such an inspiring visage!
Your Majesty shall have my eternal fealty.
Your Majesty, oh how long I have waited this moment.
Behold, before you sits the rightful inheritor of the Draken throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune has delivered us our savior at last! At last! Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. All hail the Sovereign! All hail! Let all present pledge their allegiance to the Sovereign. Let us be united in the hope that our liege's reign will ne'er end. Long live the Sovereign of Vermont! Long live the Sovereign!
Arisen, thou who wouldst slay the dragon, if thou seekest to behold this world in its true aspect, abandon thy reason. Cast aside thine heart and thy life both. I ask thee to demonstrate thy will, for naught but thine ambition can alter the course of the rivers of fate.
Now, which one of you was it? No need to be shy. I've just got to take down a record of your name and face. Come on, step forward. Is it you? No? It is hard to say. If the pawn I'm looking for doesn't come forward soon, are you the one then? Speak up, you good-for-nothing pawns. Which of you is it? Is it you? No? Ah, it must be. Aha! I thought I recognized you. I ill like that look in your eyes. 'Tis queerly brazen for a pawn. Most of your kind have eyes blank as a cadaver's. Mayhap 'tis only natural, seeing as how you rise from the dead. There's aught different about you, though. Could it be that you fear death just as we mortals do? Worry not, vessel. 3 days here, and you'll be longing for death's sweet embrace. Come along, you feckless dullards.
Have a heart, cuz. Help me out here.
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
Living's hard, but dreams are free. Some of us get complacent. I train every day. Speak to me another time. I'm on duty.
Pray, sir, have you aught to spare? Much for me.
What do you think you're up to, layabout? Get a move on!
I've no time for you now. Leave me be. I'll not stick my head where it will get cut off.
Do your injuries pain you? Pray, do not overexert yourself. This is no place for one of your ilk. 'Tis harsh beyond measure. Even we pawns are pushed to the brink. You ought not anger the overseer. Let us proceed to the site.
Aught about this place makes me nervous.
Why? My knees have been acting up of late. Accursed vessels. They've the eyes of the dead. We needn't chain them up, thanks to that red stone. But it's eerie how calm they are about all this.
Sets my thoughts in a dark path, this place.
Myself to a tip.
What do you want?
All this worrying's giving me an achy back.
Time for you to get to work.
It doesn't get much worse than this.
You are prepared to work? Then you ought begin by carrying stones out from the station in the back and bringing them here.
I'll not stick my head where it will get cut off.
The vicinity is quite cluttered.
A job well done. Now the next step is to... What is this commotion? Perhaps we ought to investigate.
Steel yourself, and we shall not fall.
No, the damn thing's been awoken. You but fell that fiend, even at the cost of your lives! Get me out of here! Now!
Observe your foes carefully and attack as the situation demands. Shields offer welcome protection from attacks. Boulders, barrels, and the like can make effective weapons for the clever combatant. When delivering targeted strikes, I would recommend pinging to
Are you unharmed?
Consane!
You ought to flee while you can. After
After all, your charge awaits you. You cannot linger in this place forever. You have lost your memories. 'Tis surely the work of a fell curse, but worry not. You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
God, son it. The accursed creature escaped. Oh, you! Get back here! Quickly!
This way, Arisen! Come this way. Let us flee.
You must not jump. It is the oath.
No one could survive a fall from this height. Not even a pawn. Don't just stand there! Shoot it down! It's getting away! Bring it down! Bring it down!
Go now, lost soul. Learn all you can of this world you must protect.
Pray, keep your distance, Arisen. Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a rift stone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
Oi! Are you all right? What happened here?
A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you stand before me. Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back? 'Tis a wonder you survived. Accompany me to the stronghold. We'll treat your wounds and hear your story.
A single bolt from a ballista. And well aimed at that. Must be one of Ser Linnet's from out of Melve.
Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from, anyway? I've never heard of such a place. There's certainly Where are you going? Fie! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir. You'll be needing it. If you find your strength flagging, buy the curative or have a little green. When one of the fiends comes for you, best guard or dodge. There are oft items to be scavenged from the bodies of monsters and their ilk. If you're not squeamish about picking at their bones, that is. Have you beheld the dragon as yet? I've not. And I count that a blessing. All I know for sure is that it is a beast aeromorphic. Where do you think you're going? You can't...
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray, come this way. Before you stands a Riftstone. "'Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
Pawns are oft called nomads, for we wander between this world and the many other realms with which we are connected. I am no exception, and my experiences in these other worlds will doubtless be of aid to you on your adventure. 'Tis my privilege to accompany you as your loyal pawn, and I will gladly use the knowledge I gain to guide you.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then? Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so. Nomads, we are oft called. Born in other worlds, we travel here by means of the Riftstones that we might aid you, Arisen. However, I cannot speak as to our true nature, for I know of it not. None of us do. We do not need to. We merely do as we are commanded. Riftstones are gates that connect this world to a multitude of others. By their power have we crossed into this world, and when our mission is done, by their power shall we return to our own. 'Tis the name given to fate's chosen, those destined to command the Pawn Legion and safeguard the world from the threat of the dragon. Even with your memories lost to you, I am afraid you cannot escape your fate. Very well. May fortune's...
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask.
Tis a pleasure to meet you.
If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items. I'll have the gold for you in a trice. I hope I can count on you in a scrape.
Got to work on my training.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Sir, how can I be of assistance?
Everyone's as tired as I am.
Sets my foot. What's down dark paths this place?
Hoy there. You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect coin from tomorrow, mind. My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Ah, excellent find.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Everyone's as tired as I am. Mustn't let the cat fly.
Mayhap the hangout does no less. My head will roll if waters are
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
If your plane arisen in search of preferable treatment, you'll be sorry. Your head is like to roll ere long. I hasten home, where that's not my duty.
Going out, are you? You sure that's... You ought at least rest for the evening. There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
You're ruined your day by getting cut open.
Or to polish up my gear tomorrow.
Any loose coin about, enough to make you rich.
Life's been pretty
First,
kind, says the fool. Then
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Pleasure doing business with you.
It takes two to make a sale, and this seller had nothing to tempt us with. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Well met. Well met. Would that the gold would only rain down on my head. Much obliged.
Now, there's a worthy prize. If only twants...
Hoy there! You see, my pa always used to say, being armed is... You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more...
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime. Do come again.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime. Always a pleasure.
Hey all, you a soldier? Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ocado. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? The lad can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ocado's as well, I'm sure.
Our aid is required, Master. Let us depart with due haste. Few can weather a harpy assault unaided. Shall we hasten to Ser Ricardo's rescue? Ah, yes. I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Have at me! I'll gladly take on any number of foes.
To arms! Of course. continues.
Huzzah! Done it.
I cannot.
Huzzah! What a...
Is that all of them? Yeah, you have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
Shall we be off? We've a report to make.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Chest appears to be beyond our reach.
How might we approach it?
Now, there's a novel idea. Never seen my own master attempt such a feat.
Now that is a surprise. Ah, now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery. Interesting. I shall have to inform my...
Putting that aside, we've traveled for some time without a mage in our party.
battle took more out of me than I would have liked. Profitable endeavor. Let me get that. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along. Very well. I shall return. I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. We'd best report back. Master, idle chatter shan't do our cause any good.
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
We have succeeded in defending our charge. A sign of good things to come, mayhap?
I mustn't let the captain see my moves.
Now I've gone and stepped in it.
If 'tis discipline your company lacks, I can provide. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Tis a pleasure to meet you. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask.
Got to rest my leg. Thanks. Can't walk. As far as I used to.
After today's training. First, assess the field. Then I'm dead on my feet.
There's a ladder here. Ah, excellent find.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. This ends here. Magic. Fear not, I shall aid you directly.
Very well. I shall return.
Ours is a party of women, but
We've got goblins!
we have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
Then I shall remain by your side.
I am in awe of your powers of detection. I'm sure my master would be astonished to learn this is here.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
A chance to recover our strength would be most welcome.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. I should only hope I serve to satisfaction. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side. One can see far to the distance from here.
We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings. Right you are.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there.
Goblins, Master!
We have no need of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I could have done no better.
One of our number is unconscious.
enemy's focus, and I shall strike them down. A wise strategy. Strike me if you can. Well done.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. I'd wager there's aught to be found here. We ought to take a closer look. Oof, that was close. Very well. I shall return. Tis a remarkable treasure we've found. Fitting reward for a rigorous search.
Sunset draws near.
We shall have to be all the more vigilant. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
So this is Melv. The scars left by the dragon's assault are plain to see. Mayhap a walk through the streets would help jog your memory. When the Arisen appears, so too does the dragon. 'Tis an immutable truth of this world.
Indeed, you are correct.
Pitiable Arisen.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource.
Shackled by a foul curse and robbed of all men. Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. Thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermund, currently convalescing in the capital, became arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
Someone must have the answers we seek. If we ask around, we might just find them.
The way I hear it, about a dozen Arisen had crawled out of the woodwork by the time the throne had settled. Not that I care.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Might I interest you in my humble wares? Much obliged, sir.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds. This is a powerful weapon. A single bolt loosed from it would carry tremendous lethal force.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks.
We could make the fruit froggerant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary here in Melve.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit, Roberant, are we? Always a pleasure.
We ought to bring this to the one expecting it.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit roberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper-like, I'll bet.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
You really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps it's time I went...
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
A moment long awaited. I knew...
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets. Do come again.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Yet if aught were to befall him.
I'll go and open the chest.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Good. Then let us...
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but one master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms. Each to their own. No means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle. I can do no less in service to the original.
Well said.
This is generally used as a material. I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope you're not one of them. Regardless, you would do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Prepare yourselves! Arisen, are you all right?
Obstacle blocks our way. Perhaps you might remove it by force. I can destroy that if need be. Might I be of assistance?
No one can defend themselves when grappled like this.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I would make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
Chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I?
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
A common reward. Frustratingly so. We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Waiting on that report.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Wait for the new equipment to come. Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
Goblins, Master! Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing!
I cannot fault your prowess.
Focus. The battle continues. I concur. I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. Your
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
We could obtain some rare materials here, if it pleases you, Master. Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find? Use of this opportunity to fell it.
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look. Go back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait a moment. Well spotted. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant. It is rather high. It might be beyond our reach.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
What's this? We're trapped. Why? A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Cyclops! Pray, be on your guard.
The power of such a torrent is not to be underestimated. Perhaps we could find a way to use it. When better to use it is in the midst of battle. It seems we have enraged our foe.
Might we not use the race to our advantage?
Understood.
seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another false arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. This place makes my hair stand on end. Should trouble occur, a quiet day is a welcome one.
We are none of us alike in vocation. One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
An ox, I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We...
We can afford to grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet dead. Outstanding!
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming, would-be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the Sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the Sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha!
There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Twill take a better mind than mine to solve this.
That's not at the expense of my duty.
I'll go and open the chest.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Oh dear.
Quite sure.
What am I to do?
When all I serve is gruel.
What manner of fish is this?
Good day to you.
Suppose I'd finish it tomorrow. Been a hot day. Fancy a look at my wares?
Suppose that's enough for me.
Need anything?
There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use. Tell is, Vermund was once a beastren kingdom. Truly? Indeed, though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Need anything? Many thanks. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Need anything? It's like someone to talk to.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Where to now?
To the chest. I shall take a look inside.
Good day, sir. What might you be
What's to do? Have precious little time.
All this worry is getting me a little back.
That's quite enough of a mountain for one day.
By your leave, Arisen.
It's been a hard day. It's been a hard day. One shot you go on an adventure.
Oh dear.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
You're always such fun to talk to. This is for you. You're always such fun to talk to. I could use a bit of...
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll... knock a few gold pieces off Forge.
Always a pleasure.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Ah, excellent find.
Well met, sir. Let's find any turncoats.
Lonely place.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour? You know where to find me. The road's at your left.
Nice place.
One never can have too many of these. Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
The road's at your left. This can be a lonely life at times.
Not without one chance.
What should I get up to today?
Time to be heading home.
Well met, sir.
fancy a look at my wares?
Oh, yes? I possess no ill intent, I assure you. I merely wished for a closer look at these bows. Those of other races differ so in design from our own, you see. I cannot deny I am curious about them. That's all 'tis, mind, curiosity. I have no desire to actually own one of these contraptions myself. And even if I did, it isn't as if I could purchase one. It would be unseemly for an elf to aspire to such a thing. No matter how they fascinate me, it isn't to be. You would simply give this to me? Oh, that is most generous. I would gladly accept it. You have my gratitude. Fascinating. 'Tis not dissimilar from an elven bow in make, and yet 'tis unlike one in near every respect. Such as this bowstring. It looks quite the same, but the tension is altogether different. I suppose that comes from using different materials. Well, why do you stare? Perhaps you find it absurd that I should marvel so at a bow not of elven make. I suppose I sought inspiration, for I confess I find myself rather lost. My aim has suffered of late, such that my wayward arrows simply would not strike true. The timing could not be more unwelcome, as my skill with a bow is to be put on trial anon. Forgive me. I should not expect you to know of our ways. I speak of the trial of archery, a time-honored elven custom. Every elf undergoes this trial when they reach maturity. Till we succeed, we are not considered to have come of age. I have been training most diligently, yet my skills ne'er seem to take shape. Indeed, I fear my aim has only worsened with each new failing. I grew so vexed with myself that I sought to learn a foreign form of archery rather than master my own people's. Thanks to you, I now have the means to do so, though I dare say I shan't make any headway on my own. Say, would you be willing to give me a demonstration? It might be just what I need to find my aim. Please, sir, you gifted me this bow. I only ask that you show me how to wield it. Many thanks. I'm indebted to you twofold. But this is no place to practice. Would you be so kind as to meet me by the ruins north of Trevo Mine? That's where I train, you see. I'll be able to concentrate on your display of bowmanship much better there. I do hope you'll join me. For now, I shall bid you farewell.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use. Your current vocation is ill-suited to wielding a bow, Master. Indeed, you are correct.
Well then, son, how might I be of service? I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Always another errand to see to.
Where's the day?
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Need anything?
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for? I'm not risking my life for a pleasant breeze. Even I know when to shut a trap.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
Things half done. Fine fettle today.
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
I see which way the wind's blowing. Sprinkle of misfortune.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Fine wares.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be if none would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Vernworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
There is no shortage of beasts that need culling in this world.
We have naught to fear if we default to the experience at our disposal.
How might I be of service?
This might be worth a read. Shall we take a closer look?
Need anything? Now here's a welcome sight.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Bet this place has its share of
Not to do, but take what life gives us.
All up here seems so much more.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
I don't tell half as many lies as my parents.
Lots to look forward to, but a long day of work.
Naught compares to a real battle.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
If our destination is a...
Oi there, friend! Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, But I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you, don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see, in case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We ought to see this to its destination.
Mayhap I'll seek out a town I've yet to visit.
Stomach's complaining. So stiff after a day's
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Not good will come of this.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Ah, excellent find.
Falls on me.
If you're in need of a ride, 'tis now or now.
I've never heard such nonsense.
Goblins, master!
What's stop to this?
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
I've never heard such nonsense. I can't stand this.
That's quite enough. This ox cart's bound for Burnworth.
I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Let me get that.
I'm sure I can handle this. I feel psyched out once I'm rings have been acting up of late.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble. Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my hairs on end. Yet things are before you.
to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. Yet thought to befall him.
Herald can result in movements in caution. I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Wouldn't say no to a bit of excitement.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. But that place puts my airs on it. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
Feel deary with no one about. My bed calls and I shan't resist.
All the best tales come from travellers and
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. That place puts my airs on it. Yet if aught were to befall him, I couldn't live with myself.
And you look at my wares?
But not at the expense of my duty.
I'd be better off a hermit.
He really ought to have returned by now.
There's a ladder. Here at the inn, we also offer change. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?